Excellency Laurent Saint-Cyr, President of the Transition Presidential Council of the Republic of Haiti, Your Excellency Natasha Moussa, President of the Republic of Slovenia. I don't know whether the Prime Minister Motley is in. She's not in. She's in no. And then Your Excellency Christopher Landu, Deputy Secretary of State of the United States of America, colleagues, Ministers for Foreign Affairs present, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning once again. At the onset, let me take this opportunity to welcome each one and every one of you to this high-level meeting to exchange our perspectives on the obtaining situation in the Republic of Haiti. This event comes at a time when the situation in the country demands concrete and coordinated action from all of us to ensure that peace and security is restored to facilitate the political processes that will ultimately lead to the stabilization of Haiti. The event also comes close to the upcoming decision of the United Nations Security Council on the shape of international intervention in Haiti, and which will determine the fate of the country. I do not wish to preempt the trajectory that our interventions will take today, but I encourage all to candidly articulate our views even as we strive to stand by our brothers and sisters in Haiti. To set off, I humbly invite us to watch a video on the operations of the multinational security support in Haiti, after which we will proceed. It is now my honor to have the video shown. Thank you. Proceed.
Kenya heed to the international call for a security mission to Haiti in the year 2023 and accepted to deploy security personnel to combat gangs in Port-au-Prince and beyond. It chose to forego barriers of distance, language, risks on the ground, and the fact that the mission is non-UN backed and has never been done before. The MSS mission has so far disrupted criminal networks and repelled numerous gang attacks, liberating key areas of Port-au-Prince and beyond from the grip of gang violence.
Jambo. Jambo. Jambo bwana.
Further to this, schools have reopened, markets are bustling again, hospitals, some of them have resumed operations, and families are currently returning to their homes. Joint operations with HNP have considerably reduced violence, reopened key routes in downtown Port-au-Prince, Kenskoff, Fusi, Delmas, Thomasin, and Teleco, amongst others. In July 2025, the mission celebrated 1 year of zero tolerance to human rights violation and sexual exploitation and abuse. In the meantime, we continue to relentlessly conduct security operations, among other duties vital to maintaining stability in Haiti, as we work closely with the relevant stakeholders harmoniously, responsibly, and seamlessly to support the mission as it continues. These victories belong to the Haitian people. They reflect their hope, resilience, and the shared commitment of our forces, drawn from the Bahamas, El Salvador, Guatemala, Jamaica, and Kenya to the rebirth of Haiti. We have trust in the UN and international community to bring forth a sustainable solution for Haiti. MSS considers the progress made so far as a sound footing for lasting stability. We have confidence in the foundation that we have laid down to provide building blocks for the continued efforts in restoring peace and security in Haiti.
Thank you. That brings us to the end of a quick snapshot of the situation in Haiti. Let me welcome Prime Minister Motley. She walks in. You're welcome. My name is Musalia Mudavadi, the Foreign Affairs Minister for Kenya. Now it is my honor to invite His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces of the Republic of Kenya, to give his remarks.
Your Excellencies, Heads of State and Ministers, ladies and gentlemen, I'm truly honored that you accepted my invitation to take part in this high-level event on MSS to the great country of Haiti. In partnership with our friends, the United States, your presence here underscores our shared commitment to support Haiti and our people in building a peaceful, secure, and politically stable future. Excellencies, the history of Haiti reflects both the heights of human courage and the depths of societal adversity. It is the story of a people who rose from the shackles of slavery to claim independence and inspire movements for freedom across the globe, especially in our own continent, in Africa. Yet, paradoxically, for decades, the promise of that triumph has been undermined by betrayal, compounded setbacks, and serious consequences of a painful legacy. For many years, the people of Haiti have repeatedly called on the international community to stand in solidarity with them and to help overcome their challenges. Too often, their appeals have been met with indifference or with support that was hesitant and inadequate. When the government and people of Kenya heeded the request by Haitian authorities, it was to join a global multinational effort, drawing on our decades of peace support operations around the world. And we have participated in 46 peace operations across the world. We stepped up and offered to lead the international effort and committed to deploy the Kenyan police officers to help tackle the runaway menace of gang violence in Port-au-Prince and its environs. We therefore welcomed and fully embraced Resolution 2699, by which the United Nations Security Council authorized the deployment of multinational security support mission to Haiti, with Kenya as the lead nation. On 25th June 2025, the first contingent of 200 police officers from Kenya arrived in Port-au-Prince for a task many thought was a mission impossible. Today, the MSS mission in Haiti has a police contingent of 989 personnel, of which 735 are from Kenya, 150 from Guatemala, 78 from El Salvador, 23 from Jamaica, 3 from the Bahamas, and 1 from Canada. Excellencies, in a few days, the UN Security Council will make a critical decision on a successor mission for the MSS. I therefore considered it prudent for us to share our experiences, successes, challenges, and lessons learned in the 15 months that we have been privileged to lead the MSS mission. Around this time last year, I visited Port-au-Prince to gain first-hand experience of the situation on the ground. I had the distinct privilege to engage with the Haitian Presidential Council representatives and partner countries, as well as the MSS personnel. From this historic visit, I became convinced, beyond any reasonable doubt, that indeed the mission in Haiti was possible and remains possible. And let me give a bit of context on this. When we first stepped in Haiti, the airport had been surrounded by gangs, and many people found it very unsafe to land in the airport. Today, the airport is operational. We have passenger, we have cargo flights landing in the airport. We have driven out the gangs from the airport, and the airport is much safer than what it was. The presidential palace was under siege. Today, the Presidential Council is a place where the management of the affairs of the people of Haiti is carried out from that premise. It is now secured by our forces. Thirdly, the police headquarters and the police training center had been overrun by gangs. Today, the police headquarters is safe. The police academy is working. In fact, they have just graduated 750 police officers from that training center, which was initially a home of gangs. The routes, as you have seen in the pictures here, to most of the townships were blocked by gangs. And they had toll stations to charge people for access. Today, those routes have been opened, and there is continuous improvement on the security along those routes to townships. The port was also had been captured by gangs. As you have seen in the pictures, today the port is operational. There is cargo in and out, and we have our security personnel stationed at the port. And as you have heard, most schools were closed, and hospitals as well. Today, the story is different. Just a few weeks ago, there were graduations in many schools. There was a lot of celebration in those many schools. And the hospitals too, some of them, we've brought the hospitals back to life. I must commend the Haitian government for the cooperation they have given to the MSS, without which it would have been a lot more difficult to achieve what has been achieved. I must also single out the Haitian police leadership. They have been immensely useful, and they have worked in collaboration with MSS in the efforts that we have undertaken. I must, however, say that we have been operating at a 40% capacity. Initially, it was expected that 2,500 security personnel would be made available. Unfortunately, they were not made available. It was also expected that there would have been force multipliers, that we would have armored personnel carriers, we would have enough logistical support to be able to make this mission successful. I must commend the United States. They did make available logistics, vehicles, but unfortunately, most of the vehicles were second-hand vehicles, and therefore they broke down a lot many times. And in fact, it put our personnel in great danger when they broke down in very dangerous places. But at least they stepped up. We didn't, however, get any useful support from any other quarter. I must be as candid as I can on this matter, because I believe that the situation in Haiti can be solved. It is not mission impossible. I believe that the international community must do for the people of Haiti what is right. The people of Haiti, the women, the children who go to school there, I think deserve the support of the international community. What is going on in Haiti is unacceptable. It is indefensible. It is simply wrong. That we cannot marshal the support that is necessary for us to stabilize Haiti, to drive out the gangs. The gangs, in my very honest opinion, are cowards with very minimal intervention. They have literally gone into hiding, occasionally showing up. It's a guerrilla warfare of some sort. And therefore, I thought I would use this meeting to bring to the attention of the international community that the situation in Haiti can and must be solved. I am happy that we are now having a conversation about the successor mission to MSS, but I thought I would bring to this gathering some insights on how success would look like. Because if we don't correct the mistakes of the past, we will most unlikely succeed. If we are sending an additional security team to Haiti, the mandate must be clear. Number one, we must be very clear on the mandate of what it is supposed to achieve. Number two, we must have a predictable resource package. It cannot be what Kenya has gone through, a game of guesswork. You know, voluntary, depending on people's goodwill, depending on when they have time and when they can get some attention. It must be predictable. And that is if we are serious about solving the matter of Haiti. And I don't understand why we cannot be serious. The people of Haiti may be people of African descent, but for heaven's sake, they are members of the human race, like us. And they deserve as much, not less. And number three, it is my very considered view that we must have the necessary logistical support to be able to make that mission succeed. I will give you a case in point. You know, we wanted to set up 12 forward operating bases where territory that has been claimed or reclaimed from gangs, we would then station security people to make sure that it doesn't revert back to gangs. But that was not possible because of the logistical support architecture that did not allow mechanics to leave Port-au-Prince, that did not allow food and other logistical support to leave Port-au-Prince. I seriously think that we have an opportunity, a historic opportunity, to solve the Haiti equation. And I speak from a position of knowledge and experience, having been in the theater in Haiti for the last year and a bit, 15 months. And I thought this meeting was very necessary so that I can bring to the attention of the friends of Haiti, the people sitting around this table, and the international community, what my perspectives are about the situation in Haiti. I must use this occasion to honor the Kenyan officers, Mr. Samuel Tomoy, Benedict Kabiru, and Kennedy Nzuve, who lost their lives in the lines of duty. I'm equally proud that MSS personnel have continued to exhibit the highest standards of transparency and conduct. They have adhered to the guiding instruments, including the concept notes of operation, the status of protection agreement, and of course the UN Human Rights Due Diligence Charter and Policy. Excellencies, when we deployed our officers, we are clear in our minds that while the MSS was a critical and innovative intervention, it was not the ultimate solution. We knew that Haiti's stability could only be accomplished through a multi-pronged approach that addressed the root causes of the challenges. In this regard, the MSS has from the outset coordinated and closely worked with the United Nations Integrated Office in Haiti, the United Nations country team, and the Haitian government. Let me conclude my remarks by saying I'm deeply grateful for the support Haiti's political leadership, particularly the members of the Transitional Presidential Council, including all the good gentlemen there. In spite of prevailing difficulties, the government has facilitated and supported our mission, and I can state without equivocation that the achievement of the MSS are too often understated. When the first contingent arrived in Port-au-Prince, few could have imagined that a Boeing 787 would one day land at the local airport without the risk of being brought down. I want to commend all the countries and friends who have stepped up to make us achieve what we have achieved in Haiti. And I am looking forward to Kenya participating in the transition. Once we agree on the next mission, the one thing that Kenya will not do is to walk away from Haiti in haste. That we will not do. Because all said and done, we believe that they are members of humanity, and we owe them a clear transition. Because whatever has been achieved, if we don't provide a proper transition, we are unlikely to lose everything that we have achieved. And therefore, the mandate of the MSS is coming up in the next 11 days. And therefore, we don't have much of time. I want to persuade all members of the international community, persuade the P5 to take the matters of Haiti as seriously as it deserves, and hopefully provide a transition that is going to ensure that we don't let the people of Haiti down. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Your Excellency, President William Ruto, for those very passionate remarks. It's now my honor to invite Honorable Christopher Lando, Deputy Secretary of State of the United States, to make his remarks.
Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Haiti stands at a crossroads. Port-au-Prince faces an escalating security crisis with gangs terrorizing communities, extorting families, and recruiting desperate children to commit horrors on behalf of gang leaders. I'd like to thank President Ruto of Kenya for organizing this event. Kenya has shown courageous leadership in leading the multinational security support mission, and we are deeply grateful for its commitment and the sacrifices it has made, including, as you just mentioned, Mr. President, the lives of 3 of your people. Despite the contributions of Kenya and the countries that have joined the MSS, though, the mission currently lacks the mandate and the resources necessary to address the mounting scale of the challenge. That is why the United States and Panama have worked with Haiti to introduce a UN Security Council resolution to establish a larger gang suppression force with a broader mandate and a UN support office for Haiti, which would provide the necessary operational and logistical support for the force. This effort responds to the call from our partners in Kenya, as we have just heard, and has the full endorsement of Haiti. All 32 members of the Organization of American States have likewise signed on to a joint statement calling for the urgent passage of this resolution. It's not that often you get all 32 members of an international body to agree on something. Requested by Haiti, this new force would consist of more than 5,500 personnel, more than 5 times the size of the current MSS mission, and would operate under a mandate authorized by Chapter 7 of the UN Charter. This mandate would empower the force to proactively target gangs and restore security to Haiti, while ensuring it has the appropriate tools to succeed. The mission's anticipated objectives include reducing territorial control by gangs, securing critical infrastructure, and conducting anti-gang operations. Unfortunately, the adoption of this resolution is not a done deal. Despite overwhelming support of the UN Security Council, there are still those who might try to prevent its adoption or slow our response in Haiti's hour of need. The time for action is now, and the United States asks all our partners to join us in pressing for this critical resolution before the MSS mission mandate expires on October 2nd. Our proposed resolution would address Haiti's immediate security challenges, but we must also not ignore the long-term recovery of Haiti. The era of impunity is over for individuals promoting violence and undermining the country's stability and governance. The United States has already taken decisive action to support restoring democratic governance, but we are not done. We welcome others to join these efforts. Today, I am announcing that the Department of State is taking additional actions to publicly designate 2 officials for their involvement in significant corruption during their time in public office. The actions of Arnel Belizaire, a former member of the Haitian Chamber of Deputies, and Antonio Cherami, a former Haitian senator, have both had a destabilizing effect on Haiti's democratic institutions and processes. Our designation renders Belizaire, Cherami, and their immediate family members ineligible for entry into the United States. The U.S. government will remain relentless in pursuing those supporting terrorist gangs through indictments, arrests, sanctions, armed seizures, and other immigration restrictions. The United States has long been a partner and a friend to Haiti. However, we cannot continue to bear the lion's share of the financial burden in addressing the hemisphere's security threat. That is why we call on all UN member states to support the creation of a GSF and UN support office and to provide the resources required to stabilize Haiti. This is not a crisis that can be ignored or deferred. It demands urgent, coordinated, and decisive action. The people of Haiti cannot wait. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Secretary of State. It's now my honor to invite His Excellency Laurent Saint, President of the Transitional Presidential Council of the Republic of Haiti, to make his remarks.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I will deliver my remarks in French, okay? Excellence.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, to begin, I would like to thank you for convening this conference, which shows the importance that is given to the quest for concrete solutions to the crisis being experienced by Haiti. On behalf of the Presidential Council of Haiti, of the government, and the people of Haiti, I would like to express my deep gratitude to the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto, as well as to his government and to the people of Kenya for having agreed to accept the leadership of the mission, the MSS mission in Haiti. It's this courageous act on the part of the African continent shows international solidarity as well as a deep commitment to human dignity. I would also like to express my deep gratitude to the United States, to President Donald Trump, as well as to his government and to the American people who continue to support the people of Haiti in this very difficult time. They remain essential partners for the success of the transition, especially the restoration of security. I'd like to express my gratitude to all of the countries who have contributed personnel to the international mission: Jamaica, Bahamas, El Salvador, Guatemala, Belize, as well as all of our partners who for years have accompanied Haiti along this path. I would also like to welcome a few friends around the table: the representative of Canada, from Representative Barbados, Minister Omoki, who's a great defender of Haiti, in CARICOM. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a special thought for all of the victims of gang violence, for all those lives that are broken by the humanitarian crisis that is afflicting our country. I'd like to include in this tribute our policemen, our soldiers, and Kenyan soldiers who have fallen in the line of duty. Once again, I thank you, President Ruto, for conveying the condolences of the Presidential Council of Haiti and of the government of Haiti to these heroes. Today, 12 million men, women, and children depend on the support of the international community. And we want to continue with determination throughout the session of the 80th session of the General Assembly. Haiti cannot and will not be able to face this security crisis alone, fueled by transnational criminal networks. It's urgent for the international community to stand alongside the government of Haiti to provide concrete and sustainable responses to the restoration of security. President Ruto mentioned this already, and I'd like to emphasize that. Ladies and gentlemen, despite the intensification of the operations carried out by the HNP, by the MSSM, there are still immense challenges. Despite the courage of the contingents, our capacity for action is limited. We are under-equipped, understaffed, and we have been able to secure completely all of the national territory. And gangs have taken advantage of those gaps and extended their influence. Today, we need more personnel. We need more logistical means, the appropriate equipment, adequate financing, as well as operational support to break the power of these criminal groups. Ladies and gentlemen, the government has significantly increased resources allocated to the national security, stepped up recruitment for the HNP and for the FADH, and we've also bought more equipment and material. The priority is to allow every citizen to be able to move freely throughout the national territory. We have to retake control of the administrative centers and ensure the release of strategic roads between the North and the South. At the same time, the election machine must continue to function. We have mobilized more than 70% of the personnel, electoral personnel, and we have provided $5 million on the part of the Haitian state. The political will is there. However, the security situation, as we see it today, remains the main obstacle to finalizing our objective, ensuring a peaceful transition to power through elections and fully reestablish Republican order. Ladies and gentlemen, Excellencies, today, on behalf of the Haitian people, I'd like to make a solemn appeal. Let us remain united to restore security to Haiti and to complete this transition, which must be the last one. We welcome the efforts of people and the transformation of the MSSM. We also support the initiatives to establish a GSF. This force should not only be robust, but must have the necessary logistical and material means. And we would like to include the participation of Kenya, which would allow that training would be provided, and we should continue to benefit from the lessons learned. President Ruto has said this, and I'm honored to be able to count on Kenya to be able to continue this mission. Without appropriate resources, no peacekeeping mission or no mission to restore peace can be carried out. We must learn from the experiences of the MSS, and we must take into account these lessons to reorient the transition of the GSF and to ensure a adequate response to the situation. With the approach of this new mission, we have to set up the GSF. Otherwise, the security situation will be worsened. I call upon the solidarity of the entire international community, and in particular, the commitment of the members of the Security Council, given the urgency of the Haitian cause. The voices of 12 million men and women and children who are calling for peace and stability. If we don't respond to this appeal, we will be not complying with the commitments of the United Nations and at the basis of the multilateral system. We'd be turning our back on a country which, though wounded by an unprecedented human tragedy, continues to fight with dignity and asks to be accompanied in their quest for security and stability. Today, there's no longer a time for promises, for pleas, for endless negotiations. It's time for action, urgent action, decisive and collective action. I'd like to conclude by reaffirming the determination of the Haitian government to work hand in hand in a coordinated fashion in cooperation with our international partners for the success of this initiative aimed at restoring security. This combat has to be carried out together because not only does the future of Haiti depend on this, but also the future of regional peace and security. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Your Excellencies, we have just about 12 minutes left. And I've received some requests, so some quick interventions. We have the Prime Minister of Barbados, we have China, Spain, the United Kingdom, the Dominican Republic, and Turkey. So I would request that if you can make your intervention very crisp and precise, it would be helpful. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The absolute need for the support for the people of Haiti, but also to remember that this is really only part one of a mission. And to the extent that all of us, small and large states, can play a role, I think we should. But we do need some more clarity. And we need more clarity on what the mission is going to be like and what the numbers are going to be like. And if that can be provided at the soonest opportunity, then I think that all of us should be mobilizing, not just those of us in this room, but beyond. Jamaica is chair of CARICOM now and will continue, I believe, the excellent work of ensuring that the work that we put in earlier this year. Chris, we worked closely with you at the beginning of the year, and President Ruto and Monica. We continue to be a bridge working with Laurent and all of the Haitian members to ensure that this bridge is there. The dislocation of people in Haiti is even more horrific than we realize. And the vulnerability of women and girls is acute. As President Ruto said, this is a matter of our humanity. And it is true that there are conflicts in other parts of the world, but we, I believe, are facing a level of Haiti fatigue that we have to break. And I hope that this meeting this morning will go a long way towards breaking that. But I do urge all members, and Chris in particular, OAS, we need more information for CARICOM, for other countries, if we are going to carry the ball that we need to carry at this point in time. Thank you.
Thank you. Did China had got the name? Yeah, thank you.
Let me first highly commend Kenya's significant efforts in leading the MSS mission to help improve the security situation in Haiti. We know Kenya has made huge sacrifice. We highly appreciate your commitment and contributions. We note with regret, however, that due to unfulfilled funding commitments, the mission has long been short of funding, staff, and equipment, and has been unable to achieve complete deployment and full function as expected. The mandate of MSS mission is due to expire next month. We support the mission in continuing playing its significant role and stand ready to engage with all parties to explore all possible and also feasible way forward. All this should be based on full consultation, thorough deliberation, and comprehensive assessments, while drawing on past lessons, including the lessons learned by MSS operations. And we also would like to emphasize that addressing the multidimensional crisis in Haiti requires a comprehensive approach. And what's fundamental here is that Haiti itself must show its ownership and assume primary responsibility by taking concrete actions. China remains committed to working constructively with all parties, including Kenya, the United States, in helping Haiti to emerge out of this crisis as an early date. Thank you, Chair.
According to my list, I can see Takir. Just, I have a list. Make sure I can see you there. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. I would also like to thank the Kenyan and the US governments for organizing this very timely and important meeting. Because indeed, after 2 years after the establishment of the MSS, this is indeed a good time to reflect on where we are and what more can and we should do. And in this regard, despite some notable successes of the MSS mission, as we heard today, the situation is still fragile, with continued gang violence causing huge economic and human losses. So we need to do something different and more effectively. There's no doubt that. And in this regard, we highly appreciate Kenya's guidance to us on the basis of their valuable experience as the lead nation of the MSS. We are truly grateful for their leadership in that difficult task, and also the candid and the honest observations as they shared us today on what needs to be done. And on that basis, we fully support the transition of the MSS mission into a new gang suppression force, but also the establishment of the UN Support Office in Haiti to tackle some of the logistical challenges faced by the MSS within the last 2 years. We truly hope that this new mission will build on the gains made by the MSS and finally restore security in Haiti. But let us be honest. I mean, this new approach, of course, the success of this new approach depends on two things. First of all, our continued and consistent commitment and support to this new mission. Otherwise, of course, all the lessons learned and all the adjustments we can make will remain on paper. And of course, on this point, we as Turkey, just like we supported MSS and MINUSTAH, MINJUST in the past, will continue to support all efforts to improve the security situation in Haiti. Secondly, we should also keep in mind that, of course, our efforts alone cannot provide lasting security to Haiti, and that remains in the hands of the Haitians themselves. In other words, our efforts as international community can only allow space for the restoration of democratic institutions, which would be the ultimate guarantor of security in Haiti, and that can only be achieved through credible, participatory, and inclusive elections. This is why we also fully support the efforts of the Transitional Presidential Council in that direction. So to conclude with, we also believe that, Haitians deserve much better where they are now. We believe in their resilience and potential, and we're committed to support them in their journey towards prosperity, security, and stability. Thank you.
Thank you. On my order, can we have Guatemala, El Salvador, and United Kingdom in that order from my screen? If you can quickly make your intervention.
Buenos días.
Good morning, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Guatemala would like to express its most sincere thanks to the government of Kenya for its leadership and commitment at the helm of the MSSM mission in Haiti. My country is deeply worried by the security, political, and humanitarian situation that the sisterly Republic of Haiti is facing. We firmly believe that the international community has a shared responsibility to support the efforts of the Haitian people to recover their stability, strengthen their democratic institutions, and move towards sustainable development. In this framework, Guatemala is committed, and in January of this year, we deployed 150 officials, including 16 women. We recognize the challenges of the MSSM, especially the urgent need to receive adequate funding, and materials in order to make it fully operational. Therefore, we would like to respectfully appeal to the international community to commit to this and, if possible, to increase financial contributions in order to guarantee the success of our mission. Guatemala supports initiatives to strengthen international coordination and explore mechanisms that allow for the current mission to evolve toward a structure that is more sustainable and provides logistical support in keeping with the recommendations of the United Nations Secretary General. My country supports other initiatives such as the roadmap for Haiti presented by the OAS Secretary General. We believe that security is indispensable to move forward in areas such as electoral politics, security, political consensus, and humanitarian relief, as well as sustainable development. Guatemala will continue to work hand in glove with Haiti, Kenya, and all regional and international partners in order to provide a coherent and coordinated response that is led by the Haitian people. Our commitment is firm and is based on the principles of solidarity, cooperation, and respect for the rule of law and democracy. Thank you.
Thank you. If you don't mind, I would like to request that rather than reading a statement, please just make your intervention. It will save us quite a bit of time. I have the Spain, United Kingdom. Spain.
Muchas gracias, España.
Thank you very much. Spain would like to reaffirm its firm commitment to Haiti, and our embassy in Port-au-Prince has remained open even during the most critical moments, because we believe that the constant presence is another sign of solidarity. We also recognize, and we'd like to say it here, we recognize the leadership shown by Kenya at the helm of the mission, and we agree on the need to strengthen it, giving it more autonomy and greater logistical support. We also value the efforts that the Security Council has made in order to step up the fight against the criminal gangs and arms trafficking. The Haitian people, as you have said, deserve international support. Spain has contributed with more than 13 million euros to the multinational mission, as well as operational personnel. We've tripled our humanitarian assistance since 2022, reaching 12 million euros since 2022. You can continue to count on Spain to coordinate efforts and to accompany the Haitian people on the path towards stability, development, and progress. Thank you very much.
United Kingdom.
Thank you, Excellencies. The United Kingdom thanks Kenya for its strong support and leadership in multinational security support mission in Haiti. We're especially grateful to Kenyan security forces for their professionalism and dedication. We welcome President Ruto's list of achievements, and we do find them to be impressive. We'd like to place on record how deeply sorry we are for the lives lost and those injured in service in Haiti. The UK remains firmly committed to supporting efforts to bring peace and security to the Haitian people, and we're proud to have helped set up the MSS mission's human rights compliance framework, and will continue to back international efforts that are coordinated, inclusive and long-term. As the multinational support mission looks to transition into the gang suppression force, we're keen to learn from Kenya's experience. We welcome the United States and Panama's efforts to step up security support in Haiti and the important negotiations taking place in the Security Council. As ever, the UK remains ready to continue to support efforts that promote stability, accountability and long-term peace in Haiti.
Thank you. El Salvador, and then we come to the Dominican Republic.
Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you very much. I would like to begin my intervention saying that I observe all protocol, but I would like to be very emphatic on something. El Salvador is not indifferent to the reality that Haiti is currently experiencing, which is absolutely devastating. We have expressed our solidarity not just through words, but also through deeds. We've deployed a contingent of 78 officials in the mission, and we will continue supporting Haiti. That is why we have decided to join the standing group of partners, and our experience has shown us that even in the most difficult of contexts, when there is leadership, when there is collective commitment and determination, change is in fact possible. And that is why in this meeting we have to move forward. We have to go beyond this. It is imperative to establish soon a United Nations support office in Haiti and move forward with the transition towards the gang suppression force that has first a clear mandate and also the necessary resources. I'm referring to financial means, but also logistic and operational means for this mission to respond with the urgency that the context demands. Thank you very much, and you can always count on the support and commitment of El Salvador.
Thank you. Dominican Republic.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much, President Ruto. Minister, through you, we'd like to thank all of the Bureau. Colleagues, the value of multilateralism is today under the gun, and its survival is being questioned. It's in this context that the government of the Dominican Republic would like to express its deep commitment and gratitude to the people and government of Kenya. When the Security Council authorized the establishment of the MSS in October 2023, Kenya did not hesitate to respond, despite the distance, to respond to the appeal, the call of history with exemplary bravery. Its leadership, President Ruto, and the example shown by his country has shown that multilateralism and solidarity live on, and this has inspired confidence in the international community and has lit the flame of hope for the Haitian people. And it's in this decisive moment when the Security Council is deliberating on the adequate mechanism to strengthen international support for Haiti. This is when the Dominican Republic reaffirms categorically its unwavering support to all of the efforts directed to restoring peace and security in the neighboring country of Haiti. And along those lines, we like to make an energetic appeal to the Security Council, and in particular to the P5, to urgently approve the resolution proposed by the United States and Panama, which aims to transform the MSS in a hybrid force which would transfer logistical support and provide a stronger mandate to achieve the objective to restore security required. And hopefully this would lead to the celebration of elections and the selection of a leadership with wider national support in Haiti. The invaluable experience that's been accumulated and the moral authority that Kenya has built will be fundamental pillars in order to guarantee the continuity, legitimacy, and effectiveness of this noble mission. We'd like to pay tribute to the extraordinary sacrifices made by Kenya and all of the nations that have contributed to the MSS. We think it's fair to recognize this morning the Kenyan police that President Ruto has mentioned, who sacrificed their lives in carrying out this noble mission. And for this reason, we would also like to mention their names in order to show that their example was not in vain. We recognize Samuel Kenyon, Kennedy and Zube. And also, we recognize Benedict Cabiro, who disappeared in combat since the 26th of March this year. And we pray for his safe return. And this is we'd like to show that our government will continue to provide specialized medical assistance to the members of the MSS who may require it. Thus far, we've carried out 42 medevac flights and provided medical assistance in Dominican hospitals where they have been treated with the same care as if they were Dominican citizens. 38 Kenyan police and 12 personnel from El Salvador seriously wounded. Thus far, the Dominican government has spent more than $1 million of the $10 million committed to the MSS. The situation in Haiti is a proof of our collective will and our capacity as an international community to accompany our brotherly people in their quest. We appeal to the international solidarity and fraternity, and we will remain alongside Haiti and Kenya and all of the countries that share our faith in peace, human dignity, and the promising future of the Haitian people. Thank you.
We have just been allowed just a few more minutes of extension. Please, we have Mexico, France. If you can take a minute, we just have a minute each, please. Mexico, France.
Microphone for Mexico, please.
Presidente Ruto.
I would like to thank President Ruto for having convened this meeting, and I would like to recognize Kenya's leadership in the mission. We agree, as has already been mentioned, with the need to have a mission that is much stronger and that has the necessary financial resources and the necessary equipment in order to face the terrible situation that Haiti is currently experiencing. And I would just like to share that given Mexico's commitment, we have decided to contribute to the UN Trust Fund for Haiti. Thank you.
France.
Monsieur le Président Ruto, Monsieur le...
President Ruto, Deputy Secretary of State, Mr. Lando, President of the Transitional Council, I'd like to thank Kenya and the United States for organizing this very important meeting on prospects for UN commitment in Haiti. The situation in Haiti remains extremely disturbing, and we condemn firmly all of the destabilizing actions carried out by gangs who are trying to thwart the return of constitutional order and state authority. I would also like to welcome the deployment of the MSSM since 2023 alongside the Haitian National Police, which has been fighting courageously against the gangs. The role played by the troop contributing countries and President, your country is in the front line, as well as the financing from the United States. These are essential in order to support the Haitian National Police, in order to prevent a collapse of security institutions. France was the first country to contribute to the trust fund, and we continue to provide all of our support to it. But if this security support is important, but the efforts of the international community should be stepped up in order to end the cycle of violence, to guarantee security conditions, which would make it possible to organize elections as soon as possible. And France, therefore, argues in favor of a greater commitment on the part of the United Nations to provide their strategic, operational expertise as well as logistical support, as recommended by the Secretary General in his report from February 2025. And along those lines, the draft presented by the Security Council, by the United States and Panama, to replace the MSSM by a GSF under Chapter 7 with a robust year-long mandate to carry out operations against the gang. This is a very good basis for action, and it's important that quick commitment of the United Nations on the ground would be able to stem the worsening of the security situation. France calls upon the unity and the commitment of the international community so that Haiti will be able to rise up, and rest assured that France is fully mobilized for Haiti and will play its role. Thank you.
Japan, please.
We express our gratitude to the leadership of both Kenyan and the United States governments to host this event. We also commend the efforts of the MSS mission and the Haitian National Police in working towards the stabilization of Haiti. We recognize that Haiti's stability is inextricably linked to the peace, security, and prosperity of the entire Western Hemisphere. The role of the MSS mission is indispensable to stabilizing Haiti. In this context, we welcome and support the efforts made by the United States and Panama aimed at stabilizing Haiti in the Security Council. Japan has provided over $12 million to ensure the smooth deployment of the MSS mission and the Haitian National Police, including funding for the construction of forward operating base. And we will soon start cooperation with UNODC to strengthen international border control and prevent Haiti from becoming a hub of international crime. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Italy.
Thank you. Italy is very worrisome for the security scenario in Haiti, and that's why we welcome the U.S.-Panama UN Security Council draft resolution on the transition from a multinational security support mission to a gang suppression force. As always, outreach is very important, and we'll do our best to encourage the approval of the resolution of the UN Security Council. It is now important the United Nations, the Organization of American States, and CARICOM coordinated their initiatives in order to make their efforts more effective and reach long-lasting results. Italy supports any initiative aimed at establishing acceptable security conditions in Haiti, including a possible strategy for the improvement of maritime security in Haiti. Thank you.
Thank you. Jamaica.
Thank you, Excellencies. We start by commending President Ruto and the government and people of Kenya for their leadership and solidarity on this issue. We commend and thank both yourself, Excellency, and the Deputy Secretary of State and the U.S. government for all the leadership and resources that have been provided over this period of time. We thank and commend President Saint-Cyr, who even before becoming president and indeed before the establishment of the TPC has been a voice of moderation and cohesion, which has helped, of course, to provide a stable foundation for the work that we contemplate today. Jamaica has always believed that the restoration of security is fundamental to the restoration of democracy and peace and accordingly prosperity in Haiti. We had our disruptions with our own surge in gang violence and elections over the last year, which now having been concluded successfully, allow us to reaffirm our commitment to not only the MSS, but to participating at full force in the succeeding GSF, should it be approved by the UN Security Council. In that context, Jamaica supports the call for this succeeding and more clearly mandated gang suppression force, and therefore calls on all members of the P5 to support this resolution at the close of the mandate of the MSS. We thank the government of China for their constructive approach to the passage of the MSS, which we know had been challenging because they did have concerns. We thank them for their comments, which were again constructive this morning, and hope that this is also indicative of likely constructive approaches at the time of consideration of the resolution. We thank all members indeed and call on those who may not even have the opportunity to speak today, but who have continued to participate in different ways. It is critical that security be returned. We have learned from the passage of the last year. The mandate, even as we require further information, will allow for additional equipment, additional financial resources, additional personnel, and additional operational support critical to the success of the MSS and its transition to a GSF. I thank you, Excellencies, for the time to speak.
Thank you. Canada.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur.
Thank you very much, President.
To take the floor very quickly to command the leadership of Kenya. We know you made the ultimate sacrifice. You were provided with a very difficult mission, but you managed to thrive. So congratulations, and we're very, very grateful for your continued support. And same thing for the leadership of the U.S. We have a real opportunity to learn from the mistakes and make sure that the succeeding mission will have the resources and the equipment and the support to be successful. But there would be no point in doing all of this if there wasn't a recognition from the Asian authorities that they do have a part to play in addressing the root causes of insecurity. They have to invest in their own security, and they also have to start addressing impunity, which is fundamentally the root causes of this. But we have great hope that this will happen, and of course Canada is 100% behind all of these efforts. Thank you.
Thank you. I think we have to come to the end. I'll request His Excellency President Ruto to make the closing remarks.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me commend all the speakers this morning for their useful contribution. I am sure it will go a long way in informing the debate at the next level. Let me single out the United States of America for the support they have lent Kenya and the MSS for us to get to where we have reached, and all the other partners, including Canada and friends who have come through for the MSS. Let me commend the Dominican Republic for their support in making sure that they provided support for hospitalization and treatment of MSS personnel and those involved. Let me commend also the Secretary General of the UN for the interventions that they've had to make. And let me make this final appeal. As we consider the transition to a new mission, Kenya believes that it is the right thing to do for 3 reasons. Number one, we need a better mandate, a much more robust mandate, to be able to deal with the gangs and the situation on the ground, and therefore the transition to Chapter 7 is absolutely necessary. Number two, we need more numbers. We have been operating with minimal numbers, 700, 800, and even that 800 was not operating at maximum because of logistical challenges and transport and many other aspects. And therefore, the additional numbers are a very welcome development. And number three, I really want the Security Council to exercise its mind on the support that is going to be made to the successor mission. The biggest challenge and impediment to MSS was logistics, transport, support. If that remains unpredictable, I'm afraid the next mission may suffer the same as MSS. And therefore, it is very important that as we create that transition, we make sure that resourcing the new mission becomes at the heart of the transition. And finally, that Kenya is going to be available to support the mission in the transition process to make sure that the people in Haiti are looked after. And Kenya has set up a consulate in Haiti to continue to be in solidarity with the people of Haiti, and to thank you, Mr. President of the TPC, for your support and your leadership. And thank you, everybody, for coming for this meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you.